Where's your rock? Where'd your rock go? You're a silly dilly. Hey all, just doing a quick update. So slowly getting this place put together with Dilly's help. I had the wheel well is under the wheels blah is under this white box down here on the bottom, and so I had to box that in, and then I painted it white. I purchased this cubicle thing at Target. It was like $38, something like that. And the bins were $4 a piece, so I bought a bunch of bins in there. That's going to be my under the desk storage area. So I did that today. Today's Sunday, and I had a potluck at the schoolhouse, so I didn't get much done, but I did glue together the 1x6 planks that I'm going to use, pine planks. Boy, say that 3 times fast. Pine planks. So I glued these together and then screwed them to these wood strips, and that is going to go the length of the top of this desk. So from this wall over. Can't put it up yet because I still have to get that white plastic board stuff. It's a 1/8 inch white board that I'm going to put on the length of this wall, mainly so that I don't have to paint another wall. And it's just to serve aesthetic purposes. So it is also going to have the light switch is going to be stuck in this wall, and the thermostat is going to be set on this wall too. So I'm just not going to set those until after I mount the 32-inch screen monitor over here, because I want to make sure it's not going to interfere with where the monitor goes. So even if I have to put them up higher, the ceilings in here are pretty low anyhow. I could reach up and touch the ceiling, so it's not going to be an issue with reaching up and raising my arm up to turn on a thermostat or whatever. But I just don't want to interfere with the 32-inch monitor that I'm putting here for the TV / computer monitor / anything else I want to use it for. So anyhow, so that's what I got done today. I still have to sand the desktop, and I'm going to do a clear coat on it and just leave it plain white, a clear clear pine. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. Anyhow, so I'm just doing a clear coat over the top of it. It's just going to be a pine look. And then once I get that done, I'll move that out of the way and start working on doing the floors in here. Still need to clean them up and put the floor leveler in. And then it just seems like every time I get started on a project, I need something else. Like I went to go hang up my little $5 vanity here. Where is it? There it is. So I got a little $5 medicine cabinet from, once again, West Coast RV Recyclers. That's becoming my favorite place. Went to go hang it up, and when I took the screws out of the wall to paint, I didn't realize that there were molly bolts behind it, so I have to go to the hardware store and get some more of those. And it's Sunday and they're closed, so but basically, yeah, it seemed like every time I tried to do something, take a shower, I couldn't take a shower because I have no curtains on the windows. So bought a shower curtain, but there's no curtains on the windows, so not taking a shower out here with my brother. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, I'll work on leveling the floor. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use underlayment with the flooring that I'm using, it says you can. The guy in the store told me not to, but that was for the rolled up cushiony stuff. And, which makes sense because then the snap togethers won't really snap together. But they also have 1/8 inch thick, 8x4 sheets of underlayment that are more like wood. And so I'm contemplating whether or not to go get some of that. I'm going to go do some research and see what people say as to the pros and cons. One of the reasons why they say to use underlayment is it reduces echo. And with the dog and a cat in here and, you know, it being a trailer and the entire underneath is just air, I'm thinking that the underlayment would be a good thing, but we'll wait and see. But anyhow, so this is what I got done so far. Living room kitchen area is pretty much done except for the cabinets. I still have to paint the cabinet doors and drawers and put those back up, and then install this desktop. I still don't know how I'm going to mount it. Probably to a board along the top, and then legs on the ends. It might just be 2x4 legs. It might not even get that technical, but we'll have to wait and see what I can come up with. Anyhow, that's it for now. Okay, almost out of battery power here, but I wanted to show you today. I'm going to put up the wall skin that's going to go along that wall right there. And what I'm using is a 1/4 inch, or maybe, no, this is an 1/8 inch wall board. This is from Home Depot because Lowe's doesn't keep it in stock. But it's hardboard, it's white hardboard skin. I guess they use it for doors and stuff. Anyhow, I think this cost me like $14, something like that. But I'm lazy and I don't want to paint anymore. So just putting this up instead of putting up the brown and then having to paint it. So we'll see how it looks against the white, bright white wall, but it's not going to matter because most of that corner, this corner right here is going to be my my television, which is like 36 inches flat screen, and it's going to be wall mounted. And so I'm only going to see the top part, which is going to have a shelf up there. And we have a wall. So I still need to put molding, especially around the bottom there, along this corner and up at the top. And then I'm also going to put some kind of piece of something in here. I left about a 1/2 inch gap between the existing post that was there and the wall skin. So I'm going to put some kind of squared off piece in here to make it look like a finished wall. Still need to cut out the top part, and then I'm just going to mount the switch and the switch on this side, and over here I will put the thermostat for the air conditioner and the heater. Anyhow, so that's how far I got so far. Now on to the floors. But yay, we have a wall. Well, here's a latest update, as I finally, 2 months later, got the floor put in. So it's all level. This was a low spot here at the kitchen. Still a little bit low, but it's not anything big. But got all the flooring put in. Now I need to put in the trim pieces, the 1/4 round, and somehow find a way to cover that ugly pipe there. They had this big ugly, let me see if I can find it. It's a tan colored plastic piece that goes over that pipe that's like 3 inches wide. It's huge and it's ugly. And so I want to see if I can find something else to put on it instead, because I'm not really impressed with with that piece that they use for when they build them. But yeah, all the floors are completely done, and now I just get to clean up. Oh, I built the cubicle. That white thing underneath it down here is where I built a box over the wheel well. So I still need to attach that to the wall. Then when I do, this is the back side of my desktop, but this desktop is like I think it's 18 inches, might be 24 inches wide, and it's like 6 feet long, so it's going to go the length of this. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make it come out this way a little bit. It really depends on how my fireplace fits in here. If I decide to make it come out further, make an L shape or not, but I'll deal with that later. And then I also got the wall installed, so I still need to get the trim piece for the ceiling and the corner. I haven't got the trim piece for the ceiling yet because I haven't decided what I'm doing up in this corner. I think I'm going to do by one stud here, clean all this up, and put a 1x1 here, and attach my switch, and then attach my thermostat on the other side of the wall. But I'm waiting till I get my TV mounted and installed so I can see where I'm going to put those other items. But anyhow, so that's the update for now. I have a surprise plan for this back wall, so I'm going to work on that next after I clean out all this stuff, because now I can start putting stuff away now that I have the floors done. So I will get busy on that and give you an update in a day or two. Okay, so we got the floors done. We actually got to take a shower. And now I'm working on this back wall, so I'm doing the decoupage brown paper bag. I'm officially a bag lady. But, so I decoupaged torn up pieces of brown paper bag. Actually brown construction paper, so it's really thick. But I don't know if you could see that, but it's all glued on there. And then I'm going to stain it with this stuff. It's honey stain. And then I'm going to polyurethane it with this stuff. Hopefully it's as good as they say it is, because it was really expensive. And this polyurethane takes 24 hours to dry and cure. So after 24 hours, hopefully, because it's rainy here, it might not dry as fast, but hopefully after 24 hours, it'll be dry and I can put my bed that's been sitting here in the box since I purchased it. And now it's been over 30 days, so I hope I like it, because I can't send it back now. But hopefully we'll get the bed put in, and then I'll start working on the trim around the floors. I'm going to get the wall done so that I have time to, while that's the polyurethane is drying, I could be doing the trim around the floors, and then hopefully move in and all will be good. So we will see. Hey folks. Okay, so I keep forgetting to do updates, but obviously we got the floor done and we got moved in. And Dilly Dog is super happy because she's got her familiar bed back. This would be the dog bed that I share with her. Anyhow, and then today what I'm doing, I still have to paint cabinet doors. It's kind of cold and damp out, so I'm putting off doing any painting until it kind of warms back up a little. Because otherwise the paint doesn't really cure. What I'm working on now, and I'm sorry I keep forgetting to do updates, but what I'm working on now is when the wall for the bathroom was destroyed before I got the trailer, and it left all these staples in the ceiling. And yeah, I guess I could have patched and painted over the entire ceiling, but I was sick and tired of painting. So, and then this area here, there used to be a corner shelf in here. And so this area here, there's a bunch of staples that's stapled from the outside. So when you pull those staples out, it leaves these horrible gouges in the ceiling and the walls. So what I'm doing now is I found this stuff here. Go to Matt. I found this stuff here. It is like a 1/4 inch thick and it's plastic. It's really lightweight, and so I am cutting it to length. This one's already cut. And then I'm using this Scotch clear mounting double-sided tape. It says it holds 2 pounds. Went to the hardware store and was looking at a bunch of different things and just decided to try this because it's a $4 solution. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it up on the ceiling and then wait for condensation and weather and see if it actually holds, because I didn't want to deal with glue options and don't know how thick the ceiling is, so I didn't want to chance putting screws or anything into the ceiling, and plus I think that would look tacky. So anyhow, if this doesn't work, then I might just go get some automotive molding tape. It's a little more expensive, but that should hold it for sure. So anyhow, that's where we're at now. Floors are all done. Trim is all in. You can't see it because, of course, the dog's in the way, but got all the trim molding down, except for a few places. This stupid thing is, this ugly brown thing is what used to cover the pipe back here. And I haven't decided if I'm going to keep that or try and find something different, or maybe try and paint that gray because that color is horrible. But anyhow, so starting to come along. I'm going to work on the desk today and get that mounted up, I hope, and get some legs on it and a border around the bottom of it, so to help support the legs. And that's it for now. I'll talk to you soon. And done. I wish it was more low profile like the original trim pieces, but at least the ugly staples are covered, and it looks like this glue or this tape is going to work really good because I put this one in wrong. You can see a little gap here and it's off here, and I went to go pull it down and I cannot get it down. So I'm sure I could pry it down, but not even gonna bother. I won't look up the ceiling that often, so it won't bug me. Okay, on to the next project of today, which is mounting this desk up and then deciding if I want to make it an L, which will come out to about here, or if I just want to keep it a straight desk. So anyhow, we'll get the legs on it, and once it's up, I'll decide what I'm going to do with that. And I'm just using 2x3 legs because I have tons and tons of 2x3s that my brother was able to get for us for free. So I'm just going to put a couple 2x3 legs on it and do an edge trim, an edge piece. This is the underneath of the desk, obviously. So I'm going to cut off part of this, and I will do a trim piece around it to help stabilize the legs on it, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I am attempting to build a desk to go along the top here, and now what I'm doing, I've already measured it and cut it and screwed it all together, and then realized that wasn't going to work, so I measured and I cut it and I screwed it all together again. And Dilly's trying to help me build. And now I've got it where I wanted. I needed to leave a 5/8 inch gap over here so that there could be an overhang here of the stick that's holding the 3 planks together, because I have a cabinet that's going to go here on the floor, and it's 13 5/8 inches deep, which means I only have 13 inches here, so it's going to stick out in front of the door 5/8 of an inch, but or it's 3/8 of an inch, which I could deal with. It's just the decorative ledge on the cabinet itself. And if it doesn't work, then I'll put the cabinet somewhere else, or not use the cabinet. But so I had to recut the desktop a little bit shorter so that I can get that cabinet to fit. Now what I'm dealing with is I've got this cubicle is mounted to the wall here, and I want the desk to sit flat on this cubicle, and so now I have to notch out a 1/4 inch deep. Take you out here to my mess. It would be a whole lot easier if I had a workshop to work in, you know, and a table saw. But so now I've got it marked out where that notch goes, and I'm gonna use my Dremel to notch out a 1/4 inch deep and all this area here so that it'll sit flat over that bracket. Anyhow, back soon. And there we have it, a notch. So let's just cross our fingers and hope it's in the right spot and I measured right. And hopefully I'll have a desk soon. Yay, finally done. Well done with the building part. But as you can see, I did 4 legs. There's one in the back that is short. It sits on the wheel well. And I'm using L brackets to brace it, but I've also screwed it to this board on the outside. And on this side, I did a 1x2 piece in there, and it's L bracketed up here, and I know those are the wrong screws for the L brackets, but it's what I had on hand. Anyhow, so it's L bracketed there, it's L bracketed to the wheel well base there, and then I need to go get more brackets for this leg and the other. I haven't decided if I'm going to put a leg down the middle. I'd rather not, but want to see how my fireplace tucks away in here when not in use first before I go sticking a leg in the middle. But it is pretty sturdy. It's not going nowhere unless I lift it up, and that's because the legs are coming up off the ground. But yeah, it's pretty sturdy. I may still do an L bracket to brace it to the wall on the back side, but I don't think it's going to go nowhere. And it's just going to have my keyboard on it and whatever food I decide to eat. But yeah, that's going to be my desk counter space. I'll have a flat screen TV mounted to the wall here. I'm going to put in a board here to help brace it and paint that white. Yay, more painting. And then once I get that in, I'll decide what to do with these. This was a light at one time, and I have the light that hooks up to it, but I haven't decided yet if I want it or if I'm going to put a shelf up higher. I'm thinking of putting a shelf up higher here, a corner shelf, and then I can mount the light underneath it. Don't know if I'd really need it, or I can run the light over to this area, which will be work area, so might be better to have more light.